Hey there, welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have is the Kohetsu Western handled, or Yo handled, HAP40 Gyuto 180mm knife. So Mark has really expanded the line of this Kohetsu, especially the Western lineup, with a lot of interesting steel choices and sizes and types, and this is one of them. And this might make a superb line knife for the right environment. But the steel on this is called HAP40. It's a semi-stainless steel on it. This has 3 layers, so you got the core cutting edge steel and then a soft stainless cladding. The stainless cladding actually acts more like semi-stainless cladding in practice, so it'll get some staining on it, some patina on it as well, kind of at a similar rate I've found to the core steel. But HAP40 is heat treated to a very high hardness, in this case about 65 Rockwell. It has superb edge retention, yet it's fairly reasonably easy to sharpen. It sharpens up and responds quite well to good sharpening stones and technique, and will maintain a sharp edge just a very long time. They kind of gave it the nickname Voodoo Steel in Chef Knives to Go because Mark had a prototype at home and he said the edge just would not die on that thing. And that's borne out with the experience of a lot of professionals using this in production environments, that the steel just maintains an edge a long time. So this would be great for a professional environment or for home. Keep in mind it is hard steel, so you're going to have to kind of be careful with your technique a little bit and treat it appropriately. But if you like edge retention, this has it definitely big time. Weight and dimension should be pretty close from knife to knife, as these are kind of laser cut and then ground. The weight is 154 grams or 5.4 ounces on this blade. Edge length is right about 175, or just a touch under 7 inches from the tip all the way to the back of the heel, the chin. Overall length is 295 millimeters, 11.6 inches. And on this one I measured it just about 1.9, 1.8 millimeters, pretty much just the same thickness all the way down. And as the grind kind of flows down to the edge, you can see it gets pretty skinny right at the tip. Performance is very good on these, and then it also gets pretty skinny at the edge. So these have very nice performance, nice straight blades, well ground. Blade height is not tall, but this is kind of typical for this size blade. It's about 42 millimeters high. Being a Western handle, you've got a full tank construction on it, and you can see the width of the neck, I shouldn't say neck, in this case the bolster flowing in. So you've got decent clearance there. You'll have to kind of mind your position on a pinch grip or a racket grip with where your fingers are. But decent clearance on the board if you're kind of careful with your technique. The handle is a brown Paca wood, which is a stabilized wood product, and again it's a full tank construction, and it has 3 stainless rivets. It's got an integrated bolster that's well crafted, flows into the main blade, so it's a nice looking knife, a nice level of fit and finish. Balance point's going to be a little further back because it's a small blade and you've got the full tank construction, etc., etc. So there's your balance point on that. So it's definitely not going to be blade heavy. It's a bit handle heavy, but that's the nature of this style of blade. Out of the box edge on these is very good. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. They're very sharp. They're fairly stiff. You got a beauty shot here. You can kind of see the grind coming down towards the edge there. There's your kind of cladding line. So they've got a bit of a kind of a pressed in, embossed, etched kanji on it on the right side of the blade. You can see your vertical machine belt finish marks. They have a little bit of thinning on the right side of the blade where you'll see it kind of polished towards the edge. And then the left side of the blade, they typically don't do that. So they polish it just a little bit more on the right. And there's your cladding line. And so the right is kind of plain. There's your machine finishing marks. They do a little bit of relief on the spine, so it's comfortable. A little bit of relief on the choil into the bolster, so it's comfortable. And again, very sharp out of the box. Nice fit and finish on the handle, the bolster, the rivets, the tang. So good quality package. As I said, this might make a killer line knife as long as you don't, as long as you're careful with it. You'll have something where the edge lasts a long time. It's a good compact size, good performance, doesn't look too esoteric. If you're in a pro environment, you're concerned about that. So it looks fairly normal. Here's your edge profile, which is just a good solid Santoku profile, fairly low tip. I can get in that range for rocking if I want. It'll do tip draws nicely. You know, a little bit of a flattish area way at the back, but more generally just kind of a low, flattish or low belly, kind of a gentle belly throughout. So just good kind of all-around profile. It's a very nice package, excellent steel. As I said, this would be awesome in a pro environment or for home if you just want something that has great edge retention and you just don't want to sharpen too often. So this is the Kohetsu Western or Yo handled HAP40 Gyuto 180mm knife.